The Netflix original movie Bird Box that was released last week, and already the movie has garnered views from more than 45 million Netflix accounts, making for a record-breaking debut. For more on why, let's bring in Richard Bardon. He is the co-host of Mad About Movies, joining us today from Dallas, Texas. Richard, thanks for your time.
Of course, glad to be here.
So what do you think is factored into what's really a massive success for Bird Box?
Yeah, it's quite a few things. I think we're really in a golden era of these sort of thriller movies. You look at A Quiet Place earlier this year in theaters. It's really in Get Out a year or two ago. It's really a golden era in this type of film. And I think people now are officially comfortable with the streaming model. And Netflix, being the biggest player in that, has really, users are now used to going to Netflix to see original movies like this. And we'll see how movie theaters and Hollywood in general react.
Now, what are critics saying about the movie?
It's getting great reviews. It's really a unique, thrilling experience. It's sensory related, much like A Quiet Place. A Quiet Place, they couldn't make a sound. In this film, they have to stay blindfolded to avoid. I won't go into spoilers for those out there that haven't seen it yet, but there's some thrills around the removal of sight. But it's really a unique, original tale. It's adapted from a 2014 book. And, in this age where every movie is a superhero, people are really starting to go to these grounded, realistic thrillers as a sense of entertainment. And Netflix is really making the most of it.
It's also interesting when you consider, Richard, the caliber of actors and actresses in this film.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, folks who are now willing to be part of the Netflix empire. They may not have been willing in the past, but now they're being, given these big roles and agreeing to play these roles. And therefore, sort of the whole stature of Netflix, I guess, rises as a result.
Absolutely. And, money talks. And, Netflix will make about $1.5 billion a month in revenue. I mean, they have a ton of money to play with. So throwing $20 million at a movie like this, throwing quite a bit of money at Sandra Bullock, a huge star, as you mentioned, is no big thing to them. That's well worth it. And with more streaming services coming in this next year, Apple is getting into the space, as is Disney. Netflix is going to have to shell out quite a bit of money to compete and maintain that loyal subscriber base.
What does it mean, do you think, as well, sort of bigger picture for Netflix? Because there's been some mixed news for them lately, and yet you look at what's happening with Bird Box. What is the takeaway for them?
Yeah, they've thrown everything they can into original content. So when Netflix first began, they were licensing movies, Disney films, Warner Brothers films, everything. And now, as those studios have realized that there's a lot of bit of money in that properties and are launching their own streaming services, Netflix is losing quite a bit of content on their platform. So they're creating their own content, and things like Bird Box, all the series from House of Cards to all the way across Orange is the New Black. These big shows have really legitimized the model, and now we'll kind of move into the film world as opposed to TV as well.
And we got about 30 seconds. I mean, for
Sure.
Netflix, 45 million people. I mean, that 45 million accounts, that's huge.
It is huge. I mean, that's it's about a third of their overall account base. They have about 130 million accounts, 56 million of those alone in the U.S. They have this huge base of people, and Bird Box really resonated with those. I'm sure we'll see a lot more similar movies. Netflix does everything based off group analytics. They look at what people are watching constantly. Every decision you make on Netflix factors into the next decisions they'll make in terms of producing content. And so I'm sure we'll see many more things and many big stars joining Netflix in 2019 and beyond.
Richard, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.